At 2:14 a.m. in a busy international airport terminal, a man in his mid-30s approached border control carrying a standard biometric passport. He appeared calm and unremarkable, matching thousands of routine travelers passing through daily. The officer scanned the passport, expecting a normal verification. The system immediately returned an identity. Daniel Okoye, Nigerian business consultant, cleared for travel. The officer scanned again. The identity changed to Daniel Morgan, British university student. A third scan returned Daniel Petrov, Russian government contractor, flagged for review. Assuming a malfunction, the officer switched terminals and scanners, but every system produced different identities with different nationalities, occupations, and biometric profiles. The passport itself remained physically unchanged, and the traveler showed no reaction. Security was alerted, and he was detained. The central question emerged: how can a single passport belong to multiple verified identities at the same time? Modern border systems rely on encrypted RFID chips, biometric facial recognition, fingerprint hashes, and globally shared immigration databases. These systems are designed to make identity changes impossible without detection. Immigration officers, cybersecurity analysts, and forensic specialists confirmed that all systems were functioning normally with no technical faults. The anomaly could not be explained by hardware failure or software corruption. The passport was sent for forensic analysis. Experts confirmed it was authentic, with no signs of tampering or cloning. The embedded chip passed encryption validation and responded correctly to authentication protocols. Yet every scan continued producing different identity records. Investigators discovered that each identity matched a real person in global databases. One a Nigerian businessman flagged for financial crimes, another a missing British student, and another a Russian defense contractor under investigation. All identities were valid, yet all were linked to the same passport during different scans, shifting the case from document fraud to systemic identity manipulation. As the investigation expanded, Interpol, aviation authorities, and cybersecurity agencies examined immigration systems, airline databases, and biometric platforms worldwide. They uncovered unauthorized access patterns across multiple national identity infrastructures, including administrative-level logins and unauthorized modifications to identity records. Cybersecurity experts concluded that a coordinated intrusion had likely compromised interconnected systems. However, the passport still produced different identities, even when tested on isolated offline systems, ruling out live network manipulation alone. This suggested deeper corruption, possibly embedded within synchronized identity databases used between governments and airlines. Further analysis revealed structured patterns. Identity changes corresponded with recent database updates across multiple countries, indicating a synchronized manipulation of fragmented systems rather than random errors. Experts concluded a global identity fraud network was exploiting vulnerabilities in passport APIs, immigration systems, and airline databases using stolen biometric data and insider access. Yet one question remained: why did this passport act as a trigger point for all these conflicting identities? Emergency audits were launched, and parts of global border systems were isolated. Despite this, the passport continued producing varying identities even in controlled environments. Investigators concluded the anomaly was not dependent on live connections alone, suggesting deeply embedded or preloaded corruption within identity systems themselves. Evidence pointed to a sophisticated criminal network using malware and compromised government access to rewrite identity associations across multiple jurisdictions simultaneously. This allowed a single individual or document to appear as multiple verified people, depending on which compromised dataset responded first during a scan. Authorities determined the traveler was likely not the architect, but a carrier of a larger identity exploitation system. During the investigation, the primary suspect linked to the operation disappeared, and digital evidence tied to command structures was erased. Further searches uncovered additional passports behaving identically, indicating a broader global operation rather than a single case. A sealed report revealed one final anomaly. One identity linked to the passport could not be found in any known database. It was not deleted or missing. It had never been registered at all, yet it continued appearing during scans. Despite containment efforts, this unknown identity persisted intermittently. The case was reclassified as a systemic threat to global identity infrastructure. The final conclusion stated that modern border security is only as reliable as the interconnected data it depends on, and when those systems are compromised, identity itself becomes unstable. The case closed with one unresolved truth. The question was never who the passport belonged to, but who had the power to rewrite it.